What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of our doubleheader of the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad, Choops, twice in one day. When's the last? It's been a while since we've had a night like this.
It's been a while, and we're doing it twice this week. So, hey, good for us.
I mean, come on, that's what junkies do, man. That's what wrestling junkies do. We love everything about pro wrestling, and we get to hang out with Gerald tomorrow, talk a little bit of our all out fallout. So check out for that on Wrestling Spotlight on True TV Plus. Make sure you're downloading that app to see special content from the Wrestling Junkies podcast.
Thursday, not tomorrow.
Shit, that's right, Thursday. Sorry, okay. All right, I will accept that interruption just because that was to correct me on a time and a place. Yeah. No, there will actually be no episode of our show tomorrow since we're doing a doubleheader today. We're going to take Wednesday off. But before we dive in and introduce our guest tonight, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining us. As always, make sure to follow us at Junkies Pod on X for all things related to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. While you're at it, do us a huge favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Choops. Hit them with that magic number.
It's just one. Just tell one person. If you like what we're doing here, just tell one person, and maybe they'll like what we're doing here.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. That is the name of the game for the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. While you're at it, make sure you're giving our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network a follow at mainevent_net for all things main event wrestling content in general. We've got great podcasts, memes, fan art, blogs, short form content. If you're a TikToker, you name it, we've got it. Plenty for everybody to enjoy. Give us all a follow at mainevent_net. And while you're at it, support our merch store. Buy a t-shirt, buy a beanie. We don't have hats to the podcast dad's chagrin, but that's okay. I think that there's something special in the works exclusively for, what I'm just saying. And also
for months.
I know, but I actually mean it this time.
Okay, whatever you say. I'm ready to hurt again.
Oh, okay. Well, I personally don't think that Will is going to let you down. Make sure you follow our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel as well. GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off site wide. If you're a wrestler, wrestling promotion, manager, referee, you need merch for those tables, hit up Will at Gorilla Press. Follow them on X at Gorilla Press app. Again, some of the best wrestling apparel that I've certainly ever owned. So shout out to them as always for being supporters of the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. If you need some WWE merch, make sure that you're using our WWE shop affiliate link that is pinned to our X profile as well. Doesn't cost you anything extra to support the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, and you get, again, awesome WWE apparel. There's some brand new t-shirts that just dropped. Podcast Dad really wants that Street Trash, the new Judgment Day t-shirt, and I know that he's already gotten one ordered.
Awful. Don't even get me started. We don't even get me started.
Okay, I won't. I will talk about some upcoming events that there are. Get ready in Chattanooga, September 20th. The Sensei Aaron Wade presents Dojos Rising at TWE Arena. This is an action-packed event that promises an unforgettable night of pro wrestling as some of the toughest competitors rise to the occasion. Dylan Hales, I believe, is in action in a Floor is Lava match, is going around the rumor mill here. So I definitely want to make sure that we check that out. $15 tickets. Don't miss your chance to witness this epic night live. 8 p.m. bell time. Grab your tickets. Be part of the action. I'm sure that this will also be streaming live on IWTV. Get ready for a night of pure wrestling action with Coastal Empire Wrestling's Talk is Cheap on September 28th. CEW's top stars, including Zach Mosley, Hunter Drake, Cornelius Pepperbottom, even though does he just not like us? Like, what, do we know what the deal is?
I don't think Phil likes us.
Fine. Yeah, well, you know what we do like, though? I mean, we pointed this out on the poster or on our first show today. At top right corner, Hakeem Young, he did challenge last month at Legends of Low Country for the Coastal Chaos Championship, and he caused all kinds of chaos and talked all kinds of shit leading up to that event. But I don't see a title, or I mean, I've got my contacts in, but do you see a title on that shoulder anywhere?
Doesn't look like he won. Sorry, Hakeem. Better luck.
Womp. It's okay. Marcus Mathers, All I Want 3, the Wrestling Junkies, is proud to be one of the sponsors of this incredible event. Live Thursday, September 26th at the H2O Wrestling Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. This is a showcase of some of the best independent wrestling talent. Marcus Mathers did make the PWI 500 and had a hell of a showing. So fantastic show incoming here, streaming live on IWTV. Speaking of the PWI 500, congratulations to some of our former guests and friends of the show: Landon Hale, Rico Gonzalez, Cody Manhorn, Jameson Anakin Murphy, Alex Kane, Mike Skyros, Aaron Rourke, Logan Knight, TJ Sykes, Luke Curtis, and Gary J for their placement on this list this year. Congratulations. They've all been busting their asses, and we've been so thrilled to be part of the journey. I think that is everything. Are you ready to talk some wrestling with not me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, tonight we are thrilled to be joined by someone who wears a number of professional hats: wrestler, actor, rapper, social media sensation, Dylan Bostic. With over 340,000 followers on social media, Dylan has been making waves across multiple industries. Not only has he competed in the ring for the likes of Derby City Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling, he's ventured into the world of music and film. His debut EP, The Villain, dropped this past July, and he's dropping a new single, Foreign, this Friday. Without further ado, let's welcome Dylan Bostic to the show. Dylan, what is going on, man? How are you?
How's it going, guys? I'm good. I'm trying to figure out how to stream this. I can't figure
it out.
It's
all yeah, no, it's all good. We can't blame us for trying here, but it's certainly good to have you joining us tonight. We appreciate you taking the time.
No problem. I at least retweeted your stream, but yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't get it.
That's all good. That'll work.
It's good to see your pretty face.
I tried to do it on Instagram and Twitter, but it wouldn't work. I just wasn't fast enough. You guys were too fast for me. But I'm good, man. How you guys?
Can't complain. This is the best part of the job, man. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. But let's dive on in. We got a lot to cover here tonight. We know that you've got a lot coming up currently as far as the music career, but we're going to start on the wrestling side of things. We're going to take it back to the beginning. Here at the Wrestling Junkies, when we look at professional wrestlers, they're superheroes, they're supervillains that clash. The one thing they do have in common are origin stories. So, Dylan, if you could, tell us just about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
Yeah, so I was addicted to wrestling as soon as I saw it the first time. When I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old. My mom was flipping through the channels, and she's always liked wrestling, but she clicked on it. We were watching it, and there was a storm, so the power went out. So I was like, I just remember being like, I want to watch it. I want to watch it. Yelling at my mom because I don't understand. I'm a kid, like I'm a toddler, so I don't understand that the power's out. Like, can't watch it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, ever since then, or after that, I would always be like, "Is wrestling on? Is wrestling on? Is it?" Like, you know what I mean? I'd always want to watch it and stuff. So that was like the first hook of it. And then my dad, I don't know if you guys remember, but like Blockbuster would sell like the VHSs of like WrestleMania 3 and old pay-per-views and stuff. So he bought a bunch of those, and I would watch the same matches and the same stuff over and over and over again. But that's how it all began.
And the Blockbuster era. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Royal Rumble 1994. Like, way too many.
Yeah.
The hallmark of a true Friday night there back in the day, just to be able to just look at the wall. It definitely
the wrestling section was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, takes me back for sure.
So Dylan, who were some of your favorites growing up?
So my first ever favorite was Macho Man Randy Savage. He was my first ever favorite, but then he was like getting older or whatever, so like he wasn't like, once I started like watching like actual like current wrestling, because before it was just VHS tapes or old stuff, whatever. But once I actually got to be like 9 years old and knew when wrestling was on TV and knew how to find the channel and make my TV ears go, you know what I mean, to get it. It ended up being Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was my favorite for like the longest time. But it was originally Macho Man, which is funny because now he's still my all-time favorite.
And it's coincidental that you bring up Randy Savage. I believe that you were on record saying that your favorite cage match ever is Lanny Poffo versus Rip Rodgers. So
it's funny that you know. That's funny because I probably only said that like one time.
Hey, we do our research around here. I'm telling you, we stay prepared on this. So as far as that match there, what is it that stands out to you the most? What is it? The in-ring prowess, the storytelling aspect? Take us through why that is a match that you enjoy and something that people should consider adding to their tape sessions.
The match was complete, A to Z. Everything about it was just perfect. The audience played a factor. Like the audience would come up just for Lanny, like threatening to punch Rip. You know what I mean? Like they would come unglued because they're like beat him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were so into every little thing. And if you watch the match, they really didn't do too much stuff. It was like, you know, it was all storyline. It was all story based, storytelling in the ring. Everything meant something. Like there was a build up to everything, a payoff to everything. So the match itself was just like, it couldn't be any better than that. Like doing a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of moves and crazy stuff wouldn't have made the match any better. Like the match was just, it was just great, man. Great stuff.
So you talk about storytelling. How does that, like when you were in the ring and when you are in the ring, how does that play into everything that you're trying to do to connect with the fans, to get the match over? How big and how important is storytelling?
I mean, it's kind of like they still do it a little bit, but I mean, it's definitely changed because we've made the business harder on ourselves. So like, if you go out there, you can do the old stuff and get the reactions, but you got to sprinkle in a little bit of the new stuff. Like if you watch what wrestling used to be, it used to be very realistic based, very like they try to make it real, all about storytelling and stuff like that. And now a lot of it's like watching an action movie that just is just action the whole. It's like car crashes. Like every match is like a car crash now, which is its own thing. But yeah, to me, that's what I like to watch. Like I like to watch the storytelling. I like to watch the realism, like the build up, the payoff. That's what I really like, which they do that too on TV still. But now it's a lot of car crashes, but I'm not really into the car crash matches.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense, especially given the nature of certainly your favorite cage match of all time and the simplicity of the execution, but still having that maximum psychological element as far as the storytelling. So at this point, like I said, you've wrestled for the likes of Derby City Wrestling, Ohio Valley Wrestling. You have your hands in kind of all of these different these different avenues right now, and we'll certainly be talking a little bit more about the EP you dropped last month and the single you've got coming up this weekend. But as far as balancing that schedule, what does it look like to make the decision of this is the time I'm going to devote to wrestling right now, and then when do you know it's time to take a step back, pursue some other endeavors, and recharge the batteries physically and mentally?
Well, the music thing was actually, since I've been injured, I haven't been able to do any shows. I've been like just sitting at home. So it's like, well, I can do this music thing to like at least stimulate my brain with the entertainment stuff and do this while I'm away. So definitely here in the next few months, because I just started getting back into training and hopefully going to be healthy by like January. But like definitely whenever I get back active and stuff, I'm not going to be able to do the music as much. I mean, the music thing, it's easy and doesn't take a lot of time, but it definitely takes a lot of like thought and like time, money, energy. So it's not that would affect my schedule or anything like that. It's easy to do, but once I get back in the mode, I need to be like focused in.
Yeah. How is the music translated to wrestling and then vice versa?
I would say the music, like writing a song or whatever, is kind of like a wrestling match or like a storyline. But I'm not really trying to be like a lyrical like musician. I'm trying to be more of like a sound. Like I want the right sound. So like it's kind of opposite of my wrestling style. but like with the music thing, I just want to make like what I wanted to make was club music that you can play in a nightclub, strip club, a party, stuff like that, and stuff for like the gym. Like I have a couple songs that are like motivational, like gym stuff. But for the wrestling, like if you're talking to audience wise, I would say the music is definitely, I have a definitely like new following for the music, and very little of like the wrestling followers translate to the music. I mean, a little bit do, but it's like how many of the fans like rap? Probably a little bit, you know what I mean? Because not everybody likes the same music. So like that, people were like, "Oh, bro, you're gonna do crazy numbers because you already got all these." I'm like, "Bro, they'll probably stream it one time and then that'll be the end of it because it's rap." Like these people don't listen to rap. So the music thing is different. It's something new. It's just fun. check it off
Yeah.
my bucket list. Did an EP, cool. Did that, boom, done.
Hey, to be fair, and you did drop an Undertaker reference on the EP there. I forget which song it was, but yeah, I did hear that as I was in the gym today. So yeah. So there's the tie in there.
I tried it
sure.
It was funny. Like I write probably like 50% of it, and then I have friends that help me writing and stuff. And a lot of my friends are like, bro, this is what you need to say. Like, you need to just do all wrestling stuff. And then I'm like, bro, that shit is corny. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No. I'm like, I'll sprinkle it in every once in a while, like a song here or there. But like, if I do that too much, it's just corny, bro. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, it's a good Easter egg for the wrestling fans for sure.
I'm like, it just needs to be natural. It just like the bar has to come in naturally. Like, I can't just force wrestling rap. Like,
yeah.
All right, so let's talk about it. You dropped The Villain in July. The new single "Foreign" is coming out on Friday. What's the inspiration behind this track?
Foreign. So my girlfriend, she's Venezuelan, and she's very beautiful, and she's always calling me a bad boy. So like saying how I'm such a bad boy or whatever. So I was like, man, I need to do like a really, really bad boy song. And I was like, what do rappers always make songs about? Foreign cars, foreign girls, money. Like, I'm like, I got it. I'm going to do the typical rap song. So it's literally all about foreigns.
Okay.
We're getting a music video for this one at any point?
Eventually. Little bit tapped out on the music videos. Those music videos are expensive to do, bro, especially at like the level of video quality I want. And I have like a team like here, like my best friend, he's my videographer and editor, but it's like not only the production of it, but like all the stuff that goes into it and all the people that like it, bro. It's crazy expensive.
So how did you feel the reception for The Villain so far? Like, are you happy with the stuff that's come out of it? Because you were like, hey, I made an EP and that's great, but like, are you happy with what you put out?
Yeah, the numbers have been really good, actually. They were way better than I even thought they were going to be. And actually, one of the songs that I didn't make a video to and I did not promote a single time is my most popular song for whatever reason in Brooklyn, New York. For whatever reason, it's getting thousands of streams in Brooklyn, and I have no idea why. It's not a song I made a video to. I didn't promote it, never post about it. It was a song that I did want to make a video to, but it's the Pop It song. It's like super, super club song. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for that song, I would need like 50 extras at least, like, and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing all that. Like, so I was like, forget that video. So I was going to do that one in Miami, but it was just going to be too much money. So I was like, nah, I'll do She Bad, Top Down, because those were my favorite songs, but they are not they have not been the fans' favorite songs. Mm-hmm. They've been up there.
Hey, podcast I'll do it for free.
Yeah, Top Down's number 2, stream like numbers wise. She Bad's probably like 3, but yeah, it was weird. Didn't expect that out of Pop It.
Yeah, for sure. So as you know, when it comes to the production behind a music video, I mean, especially in wrestling, you're aware of how you're presenting yourself to an audience, and this is entirely different because you're not reacting to a live crowd. You're not feeding off of that energy. So, how does that training, has that presence, help you when putting together these music videos?
So not so much on the video side of things, but on the music itself, what I'll do is I'll take a few of my friends to the studio with me for when I record it, and then we'll be mixing it and mastering it or whatever. And then I'll see what their reaction is like. And they're all musicians. They're all like rappers, and they've been in the game for a long time. And they're not going to lie. They're going to be like, if it's trash, they're going to be like, nah, that's trash.
Yeah.
So like, if they're like, oh yeah, cool. Like, that's cool. Like, I'm all right, but it's good then. Cause they're, you know what I mean? They're not going to like go crazy over anything, but they'll give me positive feedback or negative feedback. Then what I do after that is I have a group of close friends. I'll let them hear the song, see what their reactions are. So then that way I know, all right, here's what the audience is thinking. You know what I mean? How they're feeling.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like your friends and like your close friends, those are going to be your hardest critics. Like one of my friends, he's my tag team partner actually. So when I sent him the song, I listened to the songs with him in the car, and he looked at me. He's like, this was after Top Down. He was like, he's like, bro, it's funny because I know you. So like, it's weird. He's like, but that song's actually really good. I like it and I don't like rap. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, sweet. But it's like gauging with like my biggest critics. All right, if they're going to hate it, then everyone's going to hate it maybe. Or if they like it, then everyone's going to like it. So, I mean, just kind of like feeling it out. But the visual thing, the music video, I don't even have to do anything, bro. My friend Will is so good at music videos and production. I mean, bro, he's been doing music videos for like over 10 years. He directed a movie. Like, this is what he does, like, for a living. So, like, and he's one of the best to do it. So I tell him, hey, let's shoot a video to this song. And he'll say, okay, cool. Here's what I need. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to do it here, there. I'm going to need this person there. Like, you know what I mean? He just already knows what he's doing. Like, and then we'll shoot it. And then I don't say anything to him. He just sends me the video, asks me, do you like it? Or do you want any changes? And then every time I'm like, bro, it's better than I could have even thought of. Like, it's perfect, bro. Like, what do you mean? But it's funny. So like top down, we shot the scene at the house, in front of the house or whatever in Miami. And me, Will, and Yosan, we got in the car. We're driving to the second location. And Yosan, he's in the video. He's the one with the white glasses with like the brim thing on him.
Yeah.
We're driving. I'm driving, and I look over at Will. He's dressed out in Versace, and I look back at Yosan. He's got them glasses on, a white tee, and a chain. And I was like, I go, bro, we literally look like we're out of GTA. I was like, and Yosan back here, like he's been playing the game for years because he unlocked those glasses or whatever. So, and it was just a joke, bro. And so all weekend we were saying we were GTA and just laughing. So when he did the top down music video, he made it the Vice City, like GTA Vice City theme. Yeah. Girl, that's cool. Because like there's all kinds of rap videos, but they always do San Andreas or like the newer GTA 5 or whatever it is. No one does GTA Vice City. Like it was just perfect, bro. Like he's so good at it. So good at the videos.
So Eric said it in the open, massive social media following. How do you stay connected with the fans and how do you keep the community going?
Honestly, that's the hardest part. I've definitely my numbers have definitely decreased. Especially on X, bro. I don't know what X's deal is, but I used to get like 500K impressions every post, or at least like 40K. Now I'm like lucky to get 10, 20K impressions. But Instagram, it's kind of like, it's weird. I still haven't figured out Instagram because I'll post something that I'll be like, oh yeah, that's gonna go. That's gonna have some good numbers. Trash. And then I'll post something just to post. Good numbers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for like whenever I post something big, like when I posted Top Down music video on Instagram, She Bad music video on Instagram, I always make sure those videos go or those posts go. And I'm in like influencer groups where I can drop the video and they'll comment and it'll post up in their algorithm as like a suggestion or whatever. That way the numbers go up. There's like little tricks to it that you can do. The influencer groups are definitely a big part of like my Instagram. Instagram is much harder than Twitter. Twitter used to be super easy. Now Twitter's like, I just don't even use Twitter hardly ever anymore. But yeah, Instagram is a little bit trickier, but than what Twitter used to be. Twitter now is just impossible, bro. I'm just Twitter, bro. Like I'm good.
Gotcha. Well, Dylan, as we're kind of looking towards, the end of 2024, going into 25, you've said that you're, slowly getting back into training and that's the plan here. Tell us a little bit about your mindset of what you want to accomplish, on this return. Like you said, you've made a name for yourself around the indies, prior to this injury. What are you excited for the most about getting back in the ring?
Well, I'm excited mostly just to try to get my health back in order to where I was, get back in the condition that I was in before everything happened. Just getting back in there. Like with Derby City, bro, it was awesome. So when I came back to Derby City, I was in the worst shape of my life, but I still was able to get in the ring and at least do what I could. And mentally I was still good. like when it came to like figuring stuff out. So I was having like killer matches in Derby City Wrestling. I started getting back into shape. I was having a great feud with Elijah Burke, the Pope, having a great feud with him. We were building up to a boxing match because he's in the Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm also a boxer. So it was like everything was going great. I was so stoked to be back. And it's like, bro, like Derby City, if you watch it, it looks like a little WWE show. You know what I mean? Like it looks awesome. Great production, great performers. Everybody's great. Like it was so professional, and everybody was super cool. It was like chill backstage. Like everybody was nice to everybody. Like it was just a good time. So that's what, re-sparked like me getting back into wrestling. And then I started taking like independent shows around Indiana or whatever for a little bit of extra money, but also for ring time so I could be better on the Derby City shows. Then Derby City collapsed basically for now. And so I was like, well, I'm still doing these shows. Don't really want to do them now if I'm not going to be doing the Derby City thing. Because like, what am I going to do? These shows that I did 17 years ago? Like, I don't want to do that. But then Emerge in Columbus, Indiana, they booked me. Phenomenal show. They always pack the house. Like it's always sold out. And there are people that I've been friends with for 17 years that run it. So I'm back there. So I was like, okay, cool. I can do this again. Like I can be one of their main guys. This will be fun. And then boom, injured. So I'm just looking forward, honestly, to working with them. And hopefully I can regain that spark that I had before and go back further where I was before, whether it be IWC in Pittsburgh or like we'll see wherever I go, or just enjoy myself there, and that'll be the last little run that I have.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm just gonna kind of see where it takes me, but I'm gonna
for sure
give it my all
for
to
sure.
see what happens.
Nice. And podcast that before you go next, we do have a question from one of our listeners, from Steve. So who are some of your favorite current indie wrestling commentators?
Man, my friends are gonna get mad at me if I don't list them all. I'm gonna forget a name, bro, and one of my friends is gonna be pissed.
It's not an exhaustive list to everybody that's watching here tonight.
Joe Dombrowski obviously is gonna always be one of my favorites. Johnny Lacosto, one of my favorites. Gilbert Corsi, if he's still commentating, but Derby City shut down, so I don't know if he's doing anything or what, but yeah, this would be three of my favorites. If I left anybody out, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Because I'm friends with commentators, bro. Because they're the ones that talk about you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So you mentioned your feud with the Pope. Let's talk about that rivalry a little bit. How was it working with him, and how did you feel that rivalry came about? And did you like the results?
Oh, he's great, man. Because he's great. Because I mean, we're trained by the same people.
Yeah.
So him and I were on the same page. Like he would come up to me and be like, "Hey, so," and then he would go to say something that I needed to know for the match. I'd be like, "Bro, I already know. We're gonna do this like this, and we haven't even talked about a match. We're gonna do this." Yeah. And he's like, "How did you know that?" I was like, "Because the last match we did this, so it only makes sense if we pay it off." And he's like, "Bro." So like me and him, we didn't even have to like talk about anything. Like we already knew like, all right, well that happened last time, so this will happen this time. You know what I mean? Like we were just, bro, we were just so in sync, bro. Like I loved working with him, man. Loved working with him. I'm pissed that we didn't get our boxing match. I am upset about that, but it is what it is. Can't have everything.
Hey, somebody out there for that.
Yeah. I thought about calling him out today. Because I trained a little boxing today, and I thought about calling him out. I was like, bro, I'm going to call him out and just get that boxing match somehow. It was going to suck for him. I was going to be his first loss, but it's fine.
I hope you're listening, Pope. He just called you out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I personally want to see that match. I mean, it's not too late.
He's probably the one that got the company shut down, bro, because he knew he didn't want to get in there with me. He didn't want that boxing match. Nah, he was like, nah, let's get this whole show shut down.
Shots fired.
Well, Dylan, we greatly appreciate you taking the time to chop it up with us tonight. Before we wrap this up here, we have one final question for you. It is probably the most important question that you're going to get in this entire interview, and it's asked of every guest that is on this show. So when you hear the moniker Mr. WrestleMania, is it Shawn Michaels? Is it The Undertaker?
Neither.
Oh,
You were the second person. You were only the second person to ever say neither.
Neither.
So
Okay,
let's hear it. Who is it?
Macho Man Randy Savage, 100%.
Yeah, I should see that.
Or Steamboat, one of those two. They're both in there.
Yeah.
So,
That match is a classic. It's a classic.
bro, it's a classic. And they're
It
both
is.
the same size, so it made sense. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels didn't make any sense. One guy was a tall, dead guy, and then one guy was a short, little skinny guy.
Man, all right.
Sorry.
We've had,
So give us your
four
top
mis-
3 Randy Savage matches.
Oof. Bro, they might be all Steamboat. Man, for real. Dude, that's a tough one. So that one from Mania, but then there's one of Steamboat and Savage from like a house show that I really like. It was it a house show or something? It was like a real small show. But then third, man, I'd have to think about that. I don't know.
That's
Maybe.
okay.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
That just says that you have to return to the show so we can have a better discussion
Yeah.
about these Macho Man matches.
I'm gonna have to go home and watch some Macho Man matches.
I'm sure that won't upset you at all.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the one is that's my second favorite. Where it was it was like a basketball gymnasium. It was WWF, but I don't think it was like Raw or anything. I think it was just a house show.
Yeah.
It's on his DVD.
Okay.
On his documentary DVD, you know what I'm talking about? It's in the matches on it. Yeah. It's really good. It's fantastic.
I have to go look it up.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you on socials?
I'm on X. It's at Dylan_Bostic, and Instagram at Dylan Bostic, and Facebook, I believe, is at Real Dylan Bostic. So Facebook's weird. So there's a bunch of pages, but it's the only one that's like a follow page with a verification mark. That's me.
Okay.
But there's
where can everybody stream the new song on Friday?
Everywhere. It'll be on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, and all those other apps that I have no idea what they are. YouTube Music, whatever floats your boat.
Perfect.
Well, Dylan, thank you. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight. And thank you to everybody that is watching here tonight. Before we let you go, as always, make sure you're following at Junkies Pod on X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Choops. Hit them with that magic number.
Just one.
If you know one person that would enjoy our show, please do us a favor and share it with them. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers right now. There are 492 people watching this stream right now. If even half of them hit subscribe to our channel really quick, you'd be doing us a huge favor as we work towards our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We absolutely love what we do here at the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. If you want great interviews with phenomenal talent such as Dylan Bostic, if you want to hear all of our witty banter, he is my absolute favorite person on the planet, and I want to kill him half the time. But still, like it's all love here, you know. Like, how many other people are you getting like that are gonna deliver content like this? How many other people are going live 3 or 4 days a week? Again, follow us at Junkies Pod. Make sure you're following our friends at the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net. Subscribe, like, share, support our merch store, GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com. Use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off site wide. Again, if you're a wrestler, referee, manager, promoter, what have you, if you need merch for those tables, DM Will at Gorilla Press APP on X. The unsigned and don't care t-shirt sold out really, really quickly during that initial pre-sale. They do phenomenal work, and there's some exclusive Wrestling Junkies merch in the works as well. That is what I've been told. So, Podcast Dad, hold your hats because you might get that hat.
I'm waiting.
I know, and you need to be a patient. What's the one thing that you always tell me that you need to have? Because you're a supervisor, you're a father, you're a husband, you have a work wife. Like, come on, don't act like you don't know how to be patient.
You're getting on my nerves.
Love you too. Dylan, stick around for a second after the stream, but that's going to do it for us tonight. We will have no episode tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday. We'll be recapping Dynamite, NXT, just wrapping up the week as a whole. But thank you to everybody that joined us this evening for our doubleheader. Again, just be nice to each other. Enjoy wrestling. Have fun. Live life. Dylan, thank you once again. For Dylan Bostic, for the Podcast Dad, I am Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. We'll see you guys on Thursday.